up. Investors here in Germany are not really linking this now to Brexit. It's more related actually to the political, instability when we're talking right now about the United States. Then the other news, you just mentioned it, with this huge insurance company, British Lloyd's, that already has the word British in their company title, now moving away from the UK to Brussels. This is very closely monitored also here in Frankfurt because, Frankfurt, the people here at the stock market, they always, are very confident, calling Frankfurt kind of as the, second biggest financial hub in Europe. Now the company is moving to England. On the other hand, people here in Frankfurt kind of also see this as a good signal because, of course, Lloyd's now is moving to Brussels. The next company, could be moving to Frankfurt, and Frankfurt is, certainly a very interesting city for international companies. It has a great infrastructure, with Frankfurt International Airport kind of as the global, hubway connecting pretty much every city in the world, and also with big banks such as Commerzbank and Deutsche Bank with their headquarters here. So they also kind of see this as a chance. If you're talking, but actually to people who live here in the city, I would like to tell you this as well. This is actually watched with, kind of great concerns because, of course, if you compare Frankfurt to other cities, in Europe, such as, London or Paris, prices here are still cheap. But if you look inside of Germany, Frankfurt, with Hamburg and Munich is considered as one of the most expensive cities. So people here do have the fear if more international companies one day, might be coming to Frankfurt, that prices, would be even going up. But in general, this was a great surprise for people here in Frankfurt, that this huge, British traditional company with more than 300 years, with their headquarters in London, now moving from the UK to Brussels.
London is in the news every step of the way. So the London Stock Exchange, within 24 hours, when the EU says, well, sorry, you can't get married to the Deutsche Börse where you are. So the LSE says is looking for £200 million in share buyback. Very quickly, is this part of the decline, corporate marriage with Deutsche Börse and the Brexit trigger?
Well, when you're talking to experts here, they're saying that they don't see this connection to Brexit, but of course they're, seeing this what you call, not happening marriage between the Frankfurt Stock Exchange and the London Stock Exchange. Actually, you just mentioned it, £200 million will be transferred. Already 100, million pounds are transferred today. This is actually done by Barclays Bank and also by RBC. But I don't see really this link right now to Brexit. This is, most likely happening because, those two big stock exchanges, are not able and are not allowed, to get married.
Well, interesting. Marriage and divorce, one of two messy things in our lives. Okay, let's leave it there for today. We got Friday tomorrow to catch up what we're going to do over the weekend, you and I, Daniel. Thank you very much. We're going to catch up all the spring stories out of Frankfurt. Thank you. Let's go to United States, where the stocks index is pointing to a flat open. Right now, we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, about 0.1% in the red. The S&P futures also tracking the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the Nasdaq futures down by 0.06%. That's about 10 minutes ago. Gold is down, silver is down, crude oil is down, everything is down. Okay, let's move on. So what's happened today on Wall Street? What did we expect? San Francisco Fed Chairman John Williams will be speaking at about 11 o'clock Eastern, while Dallas Fed President Robert Kaplan will speak at about 3 p.m. Eastern. New York Fed Chief President William Dudley is due to speak at about 4:30 p.m. A raft of speeches by Fed presidents in the U.S. You don't want to miss that later today. Okay, if you're having dinner in Asia, this is what the markets looked like today. In summary, the market fell after a mixed start amid uncertainty over the UK's exit from the European Union, and the dollar strengthened against the pound and the euro. So the Japan's Nikkei 225 about 1% in the red. The Australian ASX 200 was higher 0.39%, led by materials and energy sub-indices. In South Korea, the Kospi slipped 0.1%, and the Shanghai Composite dropped 1.0%, and the Shenzhen Composite 1.97%. The Hong Kong market was about 0.32% down mid-afternoon. So we have the currencies market here in Nigeria. The Naira appreciating against the dollar on Wednesday at the interbank market to 306.50. The market is continuing to react to the recent central bank directive to sell funds for invisible transactions. Let's see what today's trading is like with Oluwabusi Oluwatobi, who is an FX dealer at Diamond Bank, one of Nigeria's commercial lenders. Good afternoon, Oluwabusi. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we appreciate your time. So the regulator, central bank, just recently directed banks to sell funds for invisible transactions at the rate of 360 from 375 previous against the greenback. How has this reduction played out at the marketplace?
Yes, over the previous weeks, we've been seeing the central bank intervene in the markets by selling over $2 billion for both forwards and invisibles. As a result of this reduction in invisible rates, we've seen a convergence of the rates in all contracts of the markets.
Yeah, but has this continuous sale or rapid fire by the central bank or forward FX by the regulator affect the banks in terms of your liquidity position?
Yes, as of recent, we've seen an increase in liquidity as these forwards are maturing into the system. We're seeing offshore banks also reopening lines for Nigerian banks so the manufacturers can accommodate part of their trade transactions. So all around, we're seeing an uptick in liquidity in the markets.
Uptick in liquidity in the market. That's good news I could use. I just had lunch. I wish I have this lunch after this discussion. But that's good. That boosts my appetite. But what's your outlook for tomorrow and the week ahead? We're stepping into April.
Yes, we still expect the central bank to keep up the intervention as long as the reserves remain at the high levels of over 30 billion, which we've seen as of recent times. We expect intervention in both the forward and the spot markets in a bid to support the Naira further.
Oluwabusi Oluwatobi, thank you very much from Diamond Bank. Thank you very much for your time today for lifting the Naira with those comments. Thank you. We'll be back after the break. Tanzania's President Magufuli is ordering a special audit of all the mining companies. He wants to be sure everyone pays what he has to pay. We'll be right back with that.